Hey everyone, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to Walkabout Europe, the Football Manager 21 Journeyman Save, where we can only move between clubs in the game when we've walked or exercised that equivalent distance in real life. Now, if you've been following this series from the beginning, you might be saying, what happened to April? I apologize. Life kind of happened in April. I'm going to do a channel update to talk about that at some point in the near future. But it is May. It is Monday, and we are rebooting our Journeyman Save today. So I'm super excited to be back. In this episode, we got a lot of ground to cover. We're going to do kind of a quick recap to help refresh everybody's memory, including mine. We'll look at our winter transfer window. We had a big offer for FM Greenew's nephew. Is he in China? Or did we turn down that £15 million offer? I know. We'll see. We'll check our results, check our standings. We're going to revisit the Guess the Point Total contest. We have over 10 people who tried to guess our end of the season point total before the season even started. And who is our projected winner at the 2/3 mark within the way through the season here? And we're going to square off against second place Luzern in a huge match in our league play. I hope you'll stick around. It promises to be a fun episode, and I am super excited to be back. Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's do a quick recap as we bounce back into our episode. So this is our 5th season now, and we've gone through and had 2 good seasons to start out with Rosic in the Czech Republic. We gained a promotion there and had a couple good years. Then we went to Union Verkelmarkt, played 2 years there. It only shows 1 because we resigned technically before the end of the contract, although it was at the end of the season. And now in our 5th season, we're in St. Gallen, and we've fallen into a good situation. Let's take a quick look at the standings here because it's gone pretty well for us. We're in first place now. 14 matches left to go. We're 8 points up over Luzern. If we win today, we would have a double-digit lead with 13 matches to go. It's a strong position. We're 10 points up over Young Boys, who's probably even the greater threat than Luzern is even at this point. So fingers crossed. If we can kind of pick up a win today, we're in the driver's seat. We're also still alive in the Europa League into the second knockout round. We don't know who our opponent would be. That we'll find out in about 2 weeks, and those matches are coming up in March. Since we were last together in Krasnodar in December, where we squared off in Europa League and won our group. Since then, we've had 4 league matches and a long, about 6-week winter break. We ended right before the winter break with a good 5-1 win. Then we picked up 2 wins and a draw, a big 2-1 win over Young Boys to kind of keep them at bay and hold them off. That's the team I'm probably most nervous about at this point in time. But with 14 matches left to go, things are looking pretty good. Let's take a quick look now at our Guess the Point Total competition because we've got 45 points. It's pretty interesting. Here we go. If the season were to end today and we were to win no more matches or leave the club or get fired after this match, lose this match, Wolftrax is our winner because he's guessed 45 points and we're exactly on that number. Unfortunately for Wolftrax, there's still 14 matches left to go, so odds are we're going to pick up a few points, and he won't be the winner. If we do the math and project our current pace out over the course of the whole season, check out who our winner would be. FM Digi with 72 points. But it's not a comfortable spot. I mean, if we just slip off the pace just a little bit, Dragons 8 our name, Jacob Michael, Randy DeYoung would be right in there. If we pick up our pace by even a win or two, Ralph Allright, who guessed 80, could be the winner. So it's anyone's game, and even Custard Prophet or Old Lady Plays are not are not out of potential yet because all it would take would be a little slip of form and we would drop down by a significant number of points. So we'll revisit that in our next episode as we kind of continue moving on here. Now, there's a couple things we should talk about before we jump into our match. We had a long winter transfer window. It was hectic. The best way to describe it is being like floating in water, covered by pieces of raw meat, and sharks coming at you all the time. I can tell you our players were very, very popular. In particular, FM Greenow's nephew, Zerdvert Grönverde, who got his name renamed because of FM Greenow's winning last year's contest. Really solid player. We got offers around £15 million for him. It's crazy. He's a value of 4. I had to promise him that we would compete for the league title in order to get him to stay with the club for the rest of the season. And likewise, we had offers for Wout Faes, our captain. Same kind of thing. Mostly Chinese teams coming after our players in this winter transfer window, as well as Lukas Gortler and other players. So I had to promise 3 players that we were going to compete for the title in order to appease their need to move on to other clubs. Fortunately, We've got through the transfer window. The Chinese clubs still seem to be coming after our players, but I think we've been able to hold them off and keep our team mostly intact. We lost a couple of players on the fringes, but not anyone significantly important or worth mentioning to the club going forward. We did strengthen our club a little bit too. If we take a look at transfers here, we picked up a number of players. I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to look at them all. I'm just going to show you 2 because I think it's helpful. Elis Usufi, who we picked up, and the reason I like him is because he's Swiss, and we need to have 8 Swiss players, homegrown Swiss players, on our roster. 24 years old. We kind of had to overpay for him because you have to pay a lot for Swiss players. His star ratings are low, 2.5 stars with 3.5 potential ability, but look at his physicals. Really good, all green and blue. Mentals, really good, and his defensive numbers, heading a 13, marking a 12, tackling a 14, and positioning a 13, teamwork a 12, and passing of 11 too. I think he's going to be a really good center back for us, and he's Swiss, which makes me happy. Then the only other player I wanted to point out, Landry Hotze, we picked up right at the end for a mere £300,000. 18 years old, 3-star current ability, 4-star to 5-star potential ability. Pretty good numbers for a defensive midfielder and a midfielder. So I think he can get some playing time for us, even at this ripe young age of 18 years old. So hopefully we'll see some more of Hotze and Usufi as our series goes on. Trying to see if there's anything else, though, that I wanted to mention you. We've covered most everything here. I am so glad we got through the winter transfer window without losing some of our key players, although promising them that and turning up £15 million. I mean, I think I could have brought in about £30 million for those players, and about 20 million of it would have got thrown into our transfer budget. We could have completely remade the team and picked up some pretty good talent. But I thought, we've got this bunch, and I want to see if we can hang on for the title with this bunch, because I think we can always sell them at the end of the year, right? I mean, maybe? I guess. We'll find out. But let me know what you think. Should I have sold them? Should I have kept them? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, it is time for our match. Time for our fixture. We're going to jump right in and take a look at our starting 11 here. Let's go to our tactical meeting. We'll skip and hop right through this to team selection. And let's take a look at our tactics here. Here we go. This is our starting 11 again. Zertfeld Grunvedi will be starting at left back. These are mainly the players we've had before. Names to take a look at up at striker is leading the league with goals, Sebastian Andersson, 33 years old. We had a £10 million offer in for him over the winter transfer, but I was tempted to sell him, but I figured you're asking for trouble if you sell the league leading striker with 14 games left to go. I mean, that's just asking the football gods to strike you down. So we didn't. Yeah, he's got 8 goals in 12 matches, and he's playing really hot, red hot on fire for us. Pusic is back. He's our big star out at right wing. Great passing ability. Has 10 assists in 11 matches and a league high 7.37 rating. So he is definitely a star to watch as we play forward here. And he is back from a rather severe injury that kept him out for about 2 months or so. Other than that, I think the other names will kind of pick up as we go along. Pretty excited to get started. I'm going to talk to the lads right now, and we'll see you out on the pitch. Alrighty, here we go. We are in our green and whites going from right to left. Luzern is in their blues going from left to right. And I confess I have not played a game in about a month, so I feel very rusty here. Luzern breaking down early, but they give it away. Hilsager picks it up. That looks like a foul to me. Klockner comes in on the left wing. He's played very well of late. Our first golden opportunity. Back to Grunverde. Fires it in front. Falls to Gortner, who fires over the top right corner. First shot, that's looking good. This would be a huge win for us. Now, we did play them the last time, and they beat us, which was a disappointing loss. And now we're catching them on the road, although our road record this year has been pretty good. I don't know if we're on extended highlights or not. I should check that momentarily, but let's see this out. Extended highlights would be okay, actually, for us here. 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in, we have got 3 shots to their none. We're playing balanced on the road. I'm tempted to lean into this a little bit at the 20-minute mark. Go a little bit positive. We're playing a high line and basically a 3-2, a 4-3, a 4-2-3-1. Let's lean in a little bit more. See if we can get some activity out of this one. It's pretty quiet so far. We'll go positive. I think we lead the league in goals scored, as well as have the best defense so far too. Kick back to Fias, a highlight perhaps to us. Fias is our captain, and I did not want to sell him. I'm glad we could hang on to him too. His leadership has been invaluable this season. We funnel it back to Kolar, our goalkeeper, fires it out. We come down the left, led by FM Greeno's nephew. Klerkner loses the ball, but Gortler picks it up. Back to Klerkner. We seem a little bit discombobulated, but we're making it work. Mason, our big defensive midfielder, fires it out to Bona on the right wing. Can he get it in front? He does! Pusic, back from injury, slashes it in, and we're up 1-0. That could be a season-defining goal for us. Let's take a look at this highlight. Now, I should say, Pusic's form, he is not in match shape. We're probably going to let him go 60 minutes and then pull him out. Pusic, nice one touch, right past the goalkeeper. We'll take it. It's a good start. I would be, I have to say too, so I was kind of thinking about this as I kind of jumped back in. I spent about a half an hour today kind of looking through all the players and, reminding myself of what the team was and who everybody is and their roles and stuff like that. This is one of my favorite teams that I've had. In front, oh, was that tipped over? Muller tips it over. I thought that was in. In front, Anderson skims the netting. Knocking on the door for more. But I want to say this is by far, I think, one of my favorite teams that I've had in Football Manager in the last couple of years. I just really like these players, and everything seems to gel, and it's just fun to watch them play. So I'm pretty happy with how everything's gone. And I don't feel like a lot of the players are doing well, are players that just were with the team when we got here. So I don't really feel like, I feel almost guilty, like it's not really me. It's just that we seem to have pretty good players who are just coming into their peak. In front, oh gosh, get in there. 11 shots to 2. Moving positive seems to be working. But yeah, I think like the stars of our team, like Anderson, our 33-year-old striker, he was here when we got here. Pusic, the winger who's doing really well, he was here when we got here. I feel good that we've been able to add some depth to the team, but mostly it's really been their show. I'm just kind of putting them in place, and they're doing all the work here. So Pusic cuts in front. I do feel like I've done well adding depth. Grunwald in front. Klockner fires. Muller again denies us. Another corner here. Hulsager picks it up, fires in front. Anderson can't get it. I don't think 8 goals is he's going to need some more goals to kind of pick up the league golden boot here. Grunwald fires a long throw in front. Could be a breakaway, but Gortler astutely gathers up the ball. It's been all us this first half, huh? In front to Klockner. That probably jinxed it. Watch, they're going to break away and get a goal now. I shouldn't have said that, right? Oh, Klockner in. Gertner out to Grunwald. Grunwald gives it up. Klockner picks it up in front. And it's booted away long. The highlight that just goes on forever. Is this still the same highlight? My God, where's the high part of this light? In front to Pusic. Pusic back to Mason. Mason, nice pass over the top. Hulsager is onside and we're up 2-0. Oh. I must say this season, I feel like FM Digi. If you haven't seen FM Digi's Chandler save, whenever I watch him from Digi save, he always wins his matches. And I feel like this is kind of what it must be like to have a season of FM Digi Football Manager. So if you haven't checked out his save, by the way, you should really owe yourself to go do it. I haven't seen any saves for a while, so I'm really looking forward to digging back in and watching people's content too. But here we are, approaching halftime. We're up 2-0. XG is in our favor. I'll go to the halftime locker room. We'll kind of encourage everyone, then we'll jump back out for the second half here. See you in a minute. All right, so we were on comprehensive highlights. I'm going to go back to key highlights. This is where I like to keep for most of the episodes here. Although that was helpful to see the team play a little bit, especially because I haven't seen him for a long time. So about 60 minutes, I want to make sure that we take Pusic out so he doesn't get hurt again. He's by far, I think, our most valuable player. He just is consistently either scoring or feeding in assists from that right wing. Really fun to watch. And the last thing I want to do is see him get hurt again. Probably shouldn't say something like that. That might jinx it here. Oh, let's wait for this highlight. Hulsager in front. Anderson. Head's on a little bit crooked today. All right, let's go 60 minutes. I'll make that sub and then we'll be right back. All right, we bring in Stanislav Fehler for Pusic for the last 30 minutes here. He was complacent, though. I don't know what he's complacent about in a 2-0 match against a second-place team. That makes me a little bit concerned when you see these complacent players here. And here comes Luzern. Campuzano comes down for them. First time we've seen a highlight in our end for a while here. Oh, but it's broken away. Anderson picks it up. Our big target man is going in on himself. He gets tackled, but Fehler comes in, cuts in front. Switches it to his right foot and bashes it off the goalkeeper's shins. Darn it. Fias, yellow card. No, we don't care about that. In front, Sorensen, our big center back. For the chances we had, I feel like we should have more here. Hulsager in front, chipped and beaten away. This looks like a break for them. Luzern gobbles it up. Alunga comes down, feeds it over the top nicely. Oberlin, block it in front. Gah! Carbonell, it's right back in it again here. They're all excited. We don't need to see this again. I'm thinking it's time to go balanced. Let's let them kind of come at us here. And let's go for one more sub. I'm going to take a look and see what we want to do, and then I'll be right back. All right, we put in Giagietto, our center midfielder, to kind of, he's got a little bit higher defensive rating, which I think should help us out. There it is. Oh, that was nice. Sorensen, our center back, gets us back our 2-minute cushion almost immediately. Wow, that was nice. Hilsager with a nice feed. Sorensen towers above their covering man and bashes it into the top half of their goal. 23 shots to 4 and a 3-1 lead. Gosh, I'm not used to this kind of stuff. Just not used to it. I don't quite know what to make of it. 80 minutes in. Let's make one more sub here and slow things down. I'll be right back once we figure out what it will be. All right, we brought in Daishon Redan in for Anderson up at striker. He is our other alternate first-team striker. We kind of alternate the two, and he hasn't played so much. He looks like he needs a little bit of conditioning, so we'll let the match run out there with him up top. Hopefully we can hang on. Looks like I should have taken out Grunverdi, who's red now and exhausted. But let's do the right thing here and slow things down. Tempo in possession, time wasting. That's completely time waste, and that's good. Let's confirm changes, and then we'll be right back. 3 minutes to go. Let's run it out, boys. Turning red. We're pretty tired in the middle here. There we are. Oh, that feels like a good return, huh? So let's go to the dressing room. Take a look there. Good boys win. Outstretched arms. A good win, boys. Well done. Everybody's inspired and motivated. Our stars here. Let's praise some individuals here. Hilsager, our center attacking midfielder with an 8.5 for sure. Mason, our deep-lying playmaker in center midfield, good. Grunverdi gets a 7.5. Sorensen scores a goal from center back with a 7.5 as well. Let's outstretched arms. You impressed me out there, and let's move on. Let's see what happened. Did Young Boys perhaps lose? Would that increase our cushion over them, or do we have... we'll send our assistant to that, and then we'll continue on here. Oh, let's go. Oh, wait. Was that Grunverdi is hurt? What? Oh, 1 to 2 days with a hamstring. That's not a problem there. Let's take a look at the standings here. How's the league table look? Young Boys won. So they... What do we got here? 11 points up on St. Gallen. Young Boys is 13 points behind us, but it looks like their latest form is that they won. I guess I'm confused. I don't understand that. Maybe they're losing and it's not done yet or something like that. But anyway, double-digit lead with 13 games to go. I feel like it's ours to lose at this point, huh? Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's check a look and see when we're going to be back. Going forward, I'm thinking Tuesdays and Saturdays are going to be episodes. We're going to move it to 2 days a week. I think that's a little bit more manageable with the whole kind of the way life is going right now. And so I'm going to try to do that. We have coming up, we play Thur again in the Schweizer Cup quarterfinal. But let's come back maybe on the middle of March for that second match of the Europa League second knockout match. That might be kind of fun depending who we got. I'll see how the first leg goes and we'll go from there. Or if not that, we'll come back against Basel. I don't think we haven't done very well against them this year, so it'd be nice to get a win there. Then we'll probably come back, or maybe a little bit after that. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'm just babbling. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. If you've enjoyed the episode, please give it a thumbs up. If you got comments, thoughts, or anything I missed, I feel kind of rusty here with both commentary and playing the game. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you again for our next episode. See you on Saturday. Have a great rest of the week.